And that's how the wedding was. At the wedding. That's what they did at the wedding.
That's how you do it. That's what weddings are.
And welcome back to the talk show Variety Riot. I'm your host, Derby, and I'm here with Dr. Lance Tedford this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, it is snowing cats and dogs and pumas outside. Dr. Lance, we've got a lot of time to spend together, seeing that we're probably going to be stuck here a while. Tell me about your schooling to get your doctorate.
Well, first let me talk about that snow. We got a.
Let me pour you a drink.
Okay, thank you, Derby. We have a winter snowicane. This is the technical term for it. Is when the weather hits a low pressure area above the New Jersey I-95 corridor. When the snow does a circle, the snow also goes in the circle in sort of a down pattern due to the Coriolis effect.
I got it.
The fact that we're up in the northern hemisphere.
I see.
And because of that, we get lots and lots
Ladies and gentlemen,
of snow.
we're here with Dr. Lance Tedford. He's explaining to us his process to becoming a doctor, his PhD. Doctor, which school did you attend?
I got my doctorate in animal psychology from the University of Chicago, Nebraska.
Well, that's a very interesting topic there. You're listening to Variety Riot, here with Dr. Lance Tedford. I'm your host, Derby. Let's go to the phone lines in a second here. We'd like to take your calls, seeing that this is a variety show. We can talk about anything that you'd like to talk about. We're here to listen to you, and for all you folks snowed in at home, we're here. We'll get you through the night. All right, we got a caller on the line. I believe his name is Zex. Zex, you're on with Dr. Lance and Derby here. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's mighty cold outside.
Sure is. Is it snowing down there in, where are you, Nebraska?
It's more north. I think I'm in the Xylon Nebula.
Okay. All right, how you doing tonight? What's on your mind?
I'm feeling like the future is trying to speak to me.
Okay, and how's that? How's it talking to you? What language is it talking to you in there, buddy?
Now, Mr. Zex, let me start that off by asking you a question. The future has spoken to me many times when I was at the university, and while I was getting my doctorate, the future told me a great recipe for chili. What is the future telling you, Mr. Zex?
It's speaking to me in a way that only the star basketball players at my local community college were speaking to me.
Now, Mr. Zex, what position do they play?
Linebacker.
Now, linebacker is an interesting position for when the future is speaking to you, because I got my degree.
We're here on the Variety Riot with Dr. Lance Tedford. We're speaking to Zex on the phone now, and the future is speaking to Zex. Let's continue on.
Now, I got my master's degree in animal psychology at the University of Chicago in Nebraska, and when the Spirits play a linebacker position, they tend to speak the truth. Linebacker is not a lying position, so
That's true. I've spoken.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what exactly are they saying? Can you quote it?
I think the direct quote would be, how are you? I think. It was in quotes when I saw it. It was on the wall. That sort of thing.
Now, Zex, can you tell us this future? Is it manifesting itself in any physical form?
The other day I opened my oven. I was making a garden fresh pizza, and the universe just kind of. I looked into the back light. I could see a light in the back of the oven, and I looked in,
Right.
and I saw my future.
I see. Here with Dr. Lance Tedford on the Variety Riot. I'm your host, Derby. We've been speaking to Zex. Great call tonight, Zex. since you're the only one calling right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. We can go a few more minutes if you'd like, unless you got to run.
Well, I do have to run, but I can run and talk.
Okay.
So,
How does that? Do you usually run? Is this are you running for exercise or medicinal purposes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was taking my master's course in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska, I did a 5K
Yeah.
every 6 months.
Wow. I'll drink to that.
Double shots of Hemi over here.
All right.
Absolutely.
We'll clank glasses through the phone, just like that popular song "Kiss Me" through the phone. We'll toast through the phone.
I'll see you signing out.
All right. Well, Zex, it's been great talking to you. Be safe out there. Have a great night.
I will try.
This is the Variety Riot. We're here with Dr. Lance Tedford. I'm your host, Derby. We'll be right back. Don't hang up. Welcome back to Variety Riot. I'm your host here, Derby. Still here with Dr. Lance Tedford. Doctor, how's it going over there? Getting a bit toasty in here?
Yeah, I'm drawing a pretty sweet picture of a skeleton right here.
Wow. This is the Variety Riot, and anything goes on the Variety Riot. So
Now, one of my term papers for animal psychology was, can you draw the skeleton of something? Because
I see.
more when it comes to
Now,
animals.
Doctor, I've always had trouble drawing skeletons of anything. How did you come to be such a fluent cinematographer of skeletons?
While I was at the University of Chicago, Nebraska, getting my doctorate in animal psychology, I hit a dog with my moped.
I see.
Now, the campus was big. It's Nebraska.
Right.
And so I saw the dog, and I saw what his skeleton looked like.
I see.
So
I've never seen any skeletons of any living creature. I don't suppose I'd like to, but it's an interesting story here. You're with us here on the Variety Riot. I'm Derby, your host, here with Dr. Lance Tedford. Let's go back out to the phone lines in a minute, and we'll take your calls. Hello, caller. You're on with Dr. Lance Tedford, and I'm your host, Derby. How are you doing tonight? What's your name?
Hi, I'm good. I'm calling from Centralville, South Carolina. My name's Barry.
Okay, Barry.
I just had a few questions for
Sure.
you tonight.
Sure.
My mother just woke up from a coma
Okay.
yesterday, and
That does happen. I see. Go on.
Well, it's cool, but I really want her to go back into the coma because I need to borrow her car for a few more weeks. So I was wondering if you could help me out with this.
That's a conundrum there. Dr. Lance, what do you know about car borrowing? Anything come to mind? Can you help our caller out there?
Well, yeah, there was a whole car borrowing seminar led by the doctor that inspired me.
I see.
When I got
And his name?
his name was Dr. Gern Blangston. He was an Irishman.
I see.
And when I was getting my doctorate in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska, we had a car borrowing seminar on how to borrow a car politely.
Okay.
So it helps if your mother is back in a coma, but it isn't necessary. You can ask your mother, may I borrow your car? Or can I go to the grocery store with your car, but not actually go to the grocery store? You do whatever you want with it.
I see. So the old bait and switch there. We're here with the Variety Riot. You're listening in. I'm your host, Derby, here with Dr. Lance Tedford. And I'm sorry, your caller, your name was Barry. Was I correct with that?
Barry, yes, that's correct.
Barry, all right, yes.
R-R-Y.
All right. Well, Barry, I hope Dr. Lance's answer could have helped you there. I can't think of anything else to add except maybe, I don't know, is your...
She's also been rather hungry lately, and she seems to be eating all of my Fruit Loops, and I just don't really like that. So I mean, it would really be like a double whammy if we could really get her to go back into the coma. And I would have the car as well as my Fruit Loops.
Yes, I see there. In my experience, Fruit Loops price range has gone up. I could draw you a diagram, but unfortunately we're running out of time here on the Variety Riot.
Now, I have one-click solution I learned while getting my master's degree in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska. Well, as all aspects in life, it can relately to the physiology of a dog. Now, to put a dog into a coma, you lift up its tongue and put peanut butter on the back glands.
Yeah, let me write that.
It should quickly fall asleep until you remove the peanut butter. So that's a trick I learned while getting my master's in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska. Now that should help with your mother. Now, instead of using peanut butter, I would suggest using ammonium nitrate, which is a substitute for peanut butter used for people who are allergic to peanuts.
Doctor, how hard is ammonium substrate? Is that correct?
Ammonium nitrate.
How hard is that to come by in today's economy?
Well, it's only handled by FBI technicians and anyone in the explosive ordnance disposal wing of the National Guard.
Do you have to happen to be in the FBI there, Barry?
No, my cousin is though. Maybe I could talk to him.
That would be that'd be a good idea there. But perhaps you can get him into a coma there.
Yeah, his name is Jerry.
All right. Well, that's about all the time we have for that call. Barry, thanks for calling in.
Thank you guys very
No
much.
problem. I hope we could been to some help to you tonight. Be safe out there if you're driving. If you're not, good for you, and pour yourself a drink.
I'm not. My mom has her car now, so I can't drive.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck with that. Keep us updated. We'll be here every weeknight.
Will do.
Every weeknight,
Will do.
7:30 to 8:45.
Great, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
You're listening to the Variety Riot. I'm your host, Derby, here with Dr. Lance Tedford tonight. Doctor, pretty eventful evening if I do say so myself. We've had a variety of callers and discussed a variety of topics on tonight's show. How did you like it?
Well, I liked it a lot. You know, something my favorite professor was Mr. Stevenson when I was getting my master's degree in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska. Now, he told me that he was very inspiring to me and
Correct.
helped me through a lot of things, getting my master's degree in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska.
Sorry. I'm glad to hear it. Well, that's about all the time we have tonight on Variety Riot. Be sure to tune in next time as we discuss a more variety of topics on this show. For your viewing and listening pleasure, I've been your host, Derby, and this is Dr. Lance Tedford. Doctor, thanks for being with us tonight. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to more shows with you in the upcoming nights.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope to come on again, answer more questions. My master's degree in animal psychology at the University of Chicago, Nebraska,
Right.
helped me a lot through my professional career, and I really do recommend the college and the field and everything. It's taught me a lot. Thanks for having me on, Derby.
No problem. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again. I'd like to make you a guest co-host.
I'm honored, Mr. Derby.
Yes, thank you. Just Derby. Well, that's about all the time. We will see you next time. Be safe and be smart, and don't do anything Derby wouldn't do. Have a good night.